I have to say this at this point, this isn't intended as a harassment, this is just a video talking about some situations that have gone on YouTube. Hello everyone, I'm Gaff, the Master974 here today, and welcome to another Internet Exploration style video. This time around, I'm going to actually cover 3 things that are all sort of related in some way, and ranging over the past few months or so. So the first thing that I'm going to get into is a comment that just has 3 words asking one simple question: wanna be friends? Now personally, I have to give my shout outs and big ups to Mutaha from Some Ordinary Gamers for actually doing a video talking about this, which is based off of a video that Evans111 did, or whatever his channel is going to be called, because he did talk about like rebranding or whatever. And then thanks to Evans's video, people like the Quartering talked about it, Upper Echelon Gamers talked about it, Premium Aphid's done some stuff about it, and even Keemstar, Leafy and Scarce and maybe many others have basically done videos talking about this comment and the situation that happened because of it. So essentially what happens, and if you're watching this video, this has probably happened to you, but you'll upload the video and essentially you'll just get a comment in the first few minutes of it, the video being uploaded and published, and some account would say wanna be friends. So the situation was painted that if you responded to this comment, then you'd get your account hijacked. Now why was that assumption made? Well, it's because Evans, after he uploaded his video talking about this situation, ended up getting his channel hacked. And he had 2-factor verification. It was SMS based, and he got his account hacked into. So naturally you can kind of see why these 2 events were connected together. It's like, I did a video talking about this subject matter and on my channel got hacked shortly afterwards, and it's like, yeah, you kind of put 2 and 2 together, but then it came out after the fact that the hacks were completely unrelated to this comment situation, which is where some people suggested that it was just a hoax. But it turns out that while the spam comments are very real and still happening, by the way, to some extent at least, it seems as if that by responding to the comments you're not going to get your channel hijacked. So you can rest easy. But if I didn't know that, and this was because of an updated video that Evans did, but if I didn't know that, then my irresponsible speculation on the situation would have went something like, when you post comments, when you reply to comments, like comments, then YouTube gives you a notification that that has happened, so the owner of these spam channels can go, I left a comment on this person's video, they responded to me, so what's the chances that their email is going to be their username at Gmail or Hotmail.com or something like that, and then if it registers as a correct email, then let's bullshit our way into the account by they're basically lying about the fact that we forgot the password and try and gain access that way. Though somebody like Some Ordinary Gamers would have said that it could be through third-party apps, where if you're not careful you can sign into a dodgy third-party app and they get your information that way. Database leaks or whatever can lead to stuff like this happening, and I think the Quartering even mentioned something about Discord verification or something like that, and it's a token from something like that happening, and then you get your account hacked into that way. And so offending channels in this regard would have been Tribby initially, which then became Logan, and in my case it was actually Prixie, I think that's how you say it. This also ties into the second thing I'm going to get into, but there's a channel called XimerTracks. Now XimerTracks is innocent in this case, I think, because they upload royalty-free non-content ID music to YouTube, and what someone must have done was took their channel identity and created this sort of bot network of multiple channels that all look the same with the same names and stuff like that. And Some Ordinary Games did a video about this. I'm going to mention him a lot because he's the reason why this video exists essentially, but he done a video talking about like people are getting spammed with music. And when he went through like YouTube search for XimerTracks, he just saw dozens and dozens of the same channel. And in this case, I'm bringing up this XimerTracks situation because I got a couple of spam comments that would have said something like, "I've been here since before X number of subscribers," and it starts like that. So they pick like the nearest number, like before 30 subscribers, before 1,000, before 5,000, before 30,000, whatever the case is. They would just pick a number like that and make it sound realistic when it might or might not be. But yeah, it was one of those situations where you get that kind of comment, and it is a spam comment because it's from fake accounts. So it seems to be okay now, though I would say that some clones still do exist, and please don't harass XimerTracks about this because I think they're innocent. But then the counterpoint to that is the fact that XimerTracks only addressed this situation on Instagram. So because this is a pretty big deal, you would have thought they would have said something on YouTube or whatever, but you know, it's like they haven't. It's only Instagram where there's only a few hundred followers for a channel that's got several 100,000 subscribers. So it's one of those where, yeah, I don't think it is, but it could be. You never know, right? It's the modern era, people bullshit and all that to get their own way. So one thing I've neglected to mention, that this XimerTracks situation, the video about that was done like 3 months ago. The wannabe friend situation was only like last month or something in June. Sorry, it's June now. Fucking idiot. It's May. I think that's when that stuff happened. But this last thing I am going to say is like an unresolved situation. Now, it's not anything to do with spam comments, but more spam channels and spam content. Now, this is talking about the Cash App situation. So, for people that are uninformed about this, essentially the Cash App scam is these people that tell you you can get an app on your phone, and if you want something like $200, then all you do is go onto this app, say you want $200, it goes into this account, and then you need to go through some sort of human verification to gain access to the funds. And this always goes to stuff like surveys, and it's fake. It's completely fake. Okay, let me tell you, free money doesn't exist, alright? So it's all a load of bollocks. So again, Mesa from Some Ordinary Gamers talked about this stuff, and his video in question goes back like 7 months. And when I went through, going through channels and typed in Cash App, there were tons of channels called Cash App, and they all had the same kind of content on them as well. And one thing that I noticed was something that Mutahar would have noticed, which was channels that would have done content years ago but have been hijacked, compromised, and then turned into these channels talking about, you know, free Cash App or Pokemon Go hack or free Tinder goals or whatever the case might be. You know, they'll talk about stuff like that, which is a load of shit, and then it's like, you know, they have hijacked old accounts to be able to do it. And it's one of those where, you know, as I said, I did this only like a day or two ago. The video footage that you'll see, that's not going to have any text saying that it's from me, essentially. But essentially, it's a bunch of channels that all do the same kind of content, and it's one of those where it was found. It's weird actually, because it looks similar, but there's tiny differences in the video that means that YouTube doesn't pick up on it. So it's one of those, it's shit, it really is. If you do see stuff like this, then report it for like spam content, because it's bad news. Please don't fall for it. As I said, free money doesn't exist. So this has been a little overview. I don't want to go in depth in any of these kind of internet exploration videos. It's just to bring like the information to light in some case. And then if other people want to do the deep delving and the research and the investigation side of things, then they can do. But in this case, all I wanted to do was bring, highlight the situation of spam content on YouTube. A couple of cases where it's comments, and one case where it's like whole channels, and I guess another situation where it was channels, but that's kind of dealt with. So I hope you enjoyed me rambling, I guess, in this case, and showing footage from other people. I don't mean it to be infringing on copyright or anything like that. It's just to prove a point that I'm making in the video, so you believe what I'm saying. But either way, I hope you enjoyed this. I am going to be 85,000 G, so thank you very much for watching. Peace out, see you later.